Josh, that must be a rather bitter pill to swallow at the end. Had victory in our hands and snatched away just at the death.
Yeah, it's horrendous. Feels horrible. They've got 10 men with about 10 minutes to go. We're 3-2 up. Josh has scored a wonder goal. Bit of magic gets us out of trouble, should we say? After a poor performance, played well probably between minute 5 and minute 40. Apart from that, it wasn't really that good. So it's disappointing from that point of view. And then, like you said, I said when we had a water break in the second half, bit of magic gets us out of trouble, and then good teams find a way to win when they play badly. And I thought we'd done that, we'd managed that, and then a bit of a ricochet header, wherever it was in the dying minutes, and they get in. And to be honest, I'm right next to it. It's not a penalty. It's not even body to body. The lad's touched it too far ahead. He's taken his chance, to be fair to him, and the referee's fallen for it. So. You kind of got to deal with it sometimes. We had a couple of things go our way, but something when it's that important and it costs you 2 points, it's hard to deal with right now.
The penalty did look a little bit soft. Do you think, it's in front of their home fans? That's where they are, packed in behind that goal. He's seen his moment and that he's given it.
Yeah, exactly. And there's an element. There's natural bias is he might be trying to give them something back after the red card, but the red card is a red card. It's as simple as that. He's kicked Carl twice when he's on the floor, and he said he's kicking the ball, but the whistle's gone 5 seconds ago. It's definitely a yellow card. That's his second in quick succession, and it's right next to the linesman. So I think it's stupid. There's nothing to make up for from the referee's point of view, but some reason he's tried to do that, and he's given him a really, really soft penalty. Like you said, it's a natural bias, and there might be because there's 200 fans behind the goal calling for it, whatever. But you've got to be stronger at this level, and the referee, apart from that, I thought had a decent game. It's just a terrible decision that's cost us at the end.
You talked about being stronger there. Naturally, everyone comes off feeling disappointed. It feels like a defeat, but 9 games unbeaten. As we said in commentary, there's something special building here amongst this group of players, and the fact that you've all come off feeling disappointed, getting a point, does that show the determination within the group?
Yeah, and it's a result of the standards that the management team and the players ourselves set. We expect to come to places here. We're 8 unbeaten. Come to Tonbridge, who are not going through a good spell. They'll get better at the end of the season. They'll have different patches and they'll do better, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, when the form we're in and the form they're in, if we keep to our standards and play anywhere near as well as we could do today, we win the game. Like I said, and if you don't do that, then you find a bit of magic, and Josh Williams comes up with that, and you hope that gets you out of trouble, and you kind of brush it off and go to next week or go to Tuesday night. But it's not happened, like I said, and we can't blame the referee. I know I've said it's a bad decision, but that happens, and that'll happen the other way around at some point in the season because it all equals out. But it's hard to take. It's hard to take right now.
Is there an honest group in there? Certain players will dust themselves down, and perhaps tomorrow look at some of the footage in terms of where they could have influenced the game more and those sort of aspects. Yeah.
It's a good group. We're tight as a group, and everyone wants to improve. That's the sort of player that the manager gets in. So I don't think you'd be here if you were stood still and not trying to get in the team. Got everyone back from injury now, pretty much, apart from a couple of long-term lads. So we're still going in the right direction. Like you said, it's 9 unbeaten at any stage of the season. That's kind of a good place to be. So we kind of try and have to take the positives over the rest of the weekend now, and then be ready for Tuesday. But like I said, in the immediate aftermath, it's difficult.
Maz spoke in the group there just at the end about it's gone now. It's about how we move forward, and moving forward is a big week ahead for us. St Albans on Tuesday, despite the standard of the competition, let's say, and then that big one next Saturday against Woking. So there's, I suppose, in football you want a game as quickly as you can to try and put this one behind you, and that's exactly what we've got on Tuesday. Yeah,
it's a perfect one. I'd say it's a derby. Like you said, the cup's not exactly the FA Cup, but it's important for people who haven't played minutes. So the boys that run in behind us now, they'll get a good amount of minutes on Tuesday and hopefully be ready to come in on Saturday and be in a better place. So, like you said, we'll find the positives. The players will bounce back, I'm sure, and by tomorrow everyone will be thinking about Tuesday and looking forward to that and trying to put it right for anyone who plays. So, like I said, there's a big one next week. We'll sort ourselves out by then, no doubt, and try and win for the fans in the big derby on Tuesday night.
And finally, we'll need to fill the focus on Saturday. What would your sort of final message be as club captain to people that are thinking coming down? There's an international break, no professional clubs playing, so what would your final message be to kind of encourage people to get down?
I think it just tell them it makes a difference, makes a huge difference if we can pack it out. Woking, obviously league above, they're a full-time team. We'll need we'll need to be at our best to have a chance of coming out of anything, the game with anything. So if we can pack it out, it's only going to be in our favour, and it makes a big difference. So that's what I'd say to him, urge him to come down on Saturday.
So Maz, I imagine that when the dust settles, there'll be a chance to analyse that and see it as a point on the road and a chance to kind of move forward and look to the next game.
I mean, that's all you can do, move on and look forward to the next game. County Cup, St Albans away, so that'll be a very important one regardless. It's just another game for us, and we want to get through to the next round on that. Some important minutes for players that are just coming back from injury and lack of game time, so it's their chance to step up and earn their shirt for another important game the following Saturday in the FA Cup. But in terms of today, very disappointing, of course, especially after going a goal down, reacting superbly and going 2-1 up. But then it's again that game management, just before half time, conceding a sloppy goal. We puffed, we tinkered a few things at half time. Gaffer reiterated some points that he wanted. And, fair play, Josh Williams scored a worldie. And we thought the game was going our way. 3-2 up. Then, what can we say? It was a manic, crazy 5-10 minutes of the game, sending off from their behalf, and you think, okay, let's learn from our mistakes in the first half, but we didn't really manage the game as well as we thought we should have, and we've conceded, whether it was a soft pen or not. We've given a referee a decision to make, and unfortunately it's a point only, but on the road like you said, but very disappointing still.
There was always going to be a reaction from them. They signed a few players in the week and they've not been going well themselves. It's not an easy place to come, and I think, would you look at this probably at the end of the season, hopefully when we're achieving our goals, and see that as a valuable point?
We said that before the game, to be fair, regardless of league position, anyone can beat anyone. So we couldn't come in with any complacency, regardless of the unbeaten run that we're going on. Yes, they've made some signings, but in a sense, we've got some new signings in terms of our fresh legs, from injury, players coming back. So our squad's very healthy. So in hindsight, do we look back at the end of the season as a point gained? Maybe, but still in my eyes right now, I think it's 2 points dropped purely because of the momentum that we're in. We're scoring lots of goals. We're sticking to the game plan, but unfortunately today was one of those freak games where, we've conceded more than an odd goal, which has been unlike us.
You talked there about scoring goals, and scoring goals was perhaps hard to come by in the early stage of the season and towards the end of last season. Are you pleased with terms of you're starting to see the fruits of your labour in terms of on the training pitch, patterns of play, the style of play we're playing, and the opportunities that we're creating and scoring?
Yeah, I mean, fair play. All the management worked tirelessly in terms of creating pictures for the players, and the players are taking it on board. And as you can see, we've reaped the rewards from it. We're scoring some fantastic goals. I thought our second goal today with Georgie Williams, the way we, moved and shifted the ball around, and they couldn't live with us. And I think that's what we needed to continue to do throughout the whole game. But I think, that second goal disrupted us, and then they caught up a bit of steam, and that's how games go. But overall, obviously, it's very pleasing from a coach's point of view that we are hitting the back of the net frequently. And like I said, we don't really concede that many. So hopefully today is a one-off. We regroup, we go again. Tuesday, another tough game away from home. It is a derby as well. So, we don't want to let ourselves down and the fans down in that game. So, we just got to regroup.